Boom.
Bing bang boom. Yes. What's good, everybody? Here we are. We're in. We're on. Do you know what? We're over. We're over it. We're in on it. We're in and on and over it. So here we go. What's good, everybody? You know what time it is. Clout Chasers here. Get that badger in and on and over here. He's in, he's on, he's over here. We've got a couple of shout outs to do, as I said I would be doing. Do-wong. Shout out to Sean Rooney and Chickers the Tudor Rose. So shout out to you two guys. You are the first of the subscribers that have got the shout outs. First of the members, rather. Everybody else will be receiving them. Do not worry. That is the first two. I will keep this in a rotisserie like that beautiful hog roast that you just slip down under into. Slip it down in and on and under it. Just open that puppy up or that pig up. Just scrape them bits out. Not that I do that, but I do like it when people do that for me. Put it in a bit of a bap. Squeeze it down. Put a bit of that stuff in it. Whatever it is, the yellow stuff. The apple chutney. Whatever the jack off is. Whatever that is. What's good, brother? I'm about to beat you to the motherfucking punch like a good hooker. Just been on Just Joe. Well, I haven't just been on Just Joe. Well, I have. But it was a few hours ago. That rhymes. Just been on Just Joe a few hours ago. It's now 6:15 here, but it was. I don't want to do the past and present thing and the future thing again, so we're not going to go down that. But go check it out. But I just want to briefly mention a few things that we spoke about. Went on there with obviously Joe. It would be weird if Just Joe wasn't on there. Joe from The View, who's a proper ledge, and then Luke from Ought to Know Better, who's total ledge. All of them are legends. Muchly appreciate and like going on there. We were just discussing like who's to go and who's to stay, or none, which came to be the that's what the result was of it with the loanees. Obviously, I think I sort of made a couple of points about Harrison that I want to just briefly run over. It was just, if anybody that saw the live stream, I was just trying to suggest that Harrison's in a slightly different role in my brain. I think obviously after all the stuff that's gone on now, he's done for. But I basically meant at the end of the season when we went down, there was talks who you'd keep, and Harrison was one of the ones I would have liked to have kept. I think he's been with us the whole time and he's put a lot in. I'm not into this like people that have been here for 5 minutes and then we sort of like them and then they move on or whatever. It's like, no, I feel like Harrison actually did a job for us, got us up, helped us get up, did decent numbers. I don't care what anybody says. Did decent numbers in the Prem for us consistently. Consistently good numbers doesn't mean it was necessarily a consistent all year, but it was in a particularly inconsistent side, relatively consistent. So that was basically my point on Harrison. I don't want him back. He can do one. Joe had a pretty passionate rant. No, not a rant. Sorry, Joe. I don't know that you watch these, but he had a pretty passionate moment about Phillips at the end, which I fully back. So, because obviously he hasn't been picked for the England squad, and I don't know why people are so happy to see his demise. Really, I find it a bit lame, bit whack, bit poor on people's behalf. Really, like I didn't mind a bit. Like I found it a little bit funny, perhaps, when he got sent off at West Ham. Just not funny, but a bit like, hey, well, like, why do you like him or something? But yeah, I do like him, and I wish him the best. And obviously, it wasn't like Joe said. He was never going to get in the England side. Doesn't deserve to be in the England side, but there was a sort of outside chance that he'd sort of get the call-up money. But it's just a shame that his career's gone the way it has. But as my man Daniel Farke said, once you sign a contract for Leeds United, you have to know this club is very emotional. The fan base is huge and the expectations are huge. You need to enjoy this challenge. Otherwise, my recommendation would be don't sign a contract for Leeds United. Bish, bash, bosh. Quick shit vid personified. Yes. In terms of players that can step up from the Championship when we go up as champions into the Premier League, who do you think steps up? Everybody's talking about Ampadu and Rodon, like no doubt about it. I saw a clip from another channel that was discussing whether Ampadu's better than Roberts. I don't think there's any doubt about it, to be honest. I think Roberts were decent, but I think Ampadu's a more all-round footballer than Roberts. Gruev, I don't know if he makes the step up. when I'm on about Ampadu and Roberts, by the way, I'm on about Tyler Roberts, not Connor Roberts. Kamara, I think, can do a job in there without a doubt, really. Depends. It obviously depends how much we want to spend and stuff and who we want to bring in. But ultimately, you can't bring a great deal of players in. I don't agree with like the 5-player system thing. I think if you bring 5 in, when I say bring 5 in, we need to be looking to be bringing three to 6 in. You'd say, but the reality is, if 2 of them signings work, you've had a pretty good window, haven't you? So there's been more FIRPO talk about the fact that deal is looking sort of increasingly unlikely. Millwall Sunday, fast approaching. Bish bash. Well, looking forward to that. We'll go top at league on Sunday, boys. Yeah, we do. Millwall at home, 2-0, and we're top at league. I'm going to try and get tickets for that. Bamford, my man, 7 in 10. That's that Bamford fella that's got 7 in 10. You know that centre forward fella that plays for Leeds at number 9. Yeah, you do. You know that one. He's got 7 in 10. Yeah, 7 goals, 10. Yeah, he's got 7 in 10. Yeah, seven goals in his last 10 games. Yeah, properly mint contribution. That Bamford guy. Yeah. Well, basically, he was just on his podcast and they were just talking a bit of shit, and he was just sort of saying who he'd like to play up front with. But he said it'd be a bit difficult due to the fact there's not many teams that play with 2 up top. But he thinks Ivan Toney would suit him quite well because Bamford likes to get in behind, and Ivan Toney's a bit more of a hitman. So yeah, target man rather, not a hitman. That would be a criminal charge. Carrick has said some nice stuff about my man Ayling, but he hasn't sort of referenced whether he will have a role at Middlesbrough next year. He just said that he's a solid character and he's fully committed. But it'd be interesting to see what happens with Ayling, really, which gets me sort of thinking about some of the young boys, really. I went over, obviously, Harrison, Wobber, Aronson, Christensen, Rocker, Lorente. They can all go. But then there's obviously Greenwood, Drama, Gabby, Ayling, who will be moved on, and Poveda. I feel for Poveda. Poveda's obviously not... Poveda's got a bit of my heart, to be honest. I just liked him. I like the way he sort of plays and like how energetic he is and how buzzy he is. He buzzes about a lot. But he's obviously just not quite at that level. But I think he can definitely do a job in Championship for somebody. He just needs to find his home. Gabby, it'd be interesting to see how he's developed, because I still think, we're banged on about him, really. I know he's come from Man City. That's probably what it is. Greenwood's a similar thing. I can't see Greenwood sort of making the cut when we go up. And then Drama, he brings the drama, doesn't he? I bring the party. But yes, so shout out to everybody. Keep subscribing, keep liking. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take it easy, you little weasels.
Boom. JackCity, bitch. JackCity.